My name is Kelly Dunlap. I am 27 years old. I have two children. One is 4 years old. The other one is 10 months old. I have been married for 7 years. I got married when I was 20. Um, Going back to my childhood, I grew up the oldest of 5 children. I actually have a twin sister, one younger sister, and 2 younger brothers. Um, after I graduated high school in 2004, I went to work at a daycare. I worked there full time, and I worked there for about a year and a half. While I was working there, I also worked at Oakwood Heritage Hospital in Taylor. I worked there for about a year. And after about a year, I quit working at the daycare because I was doing both. I quit working at the daycare and just kept working at Oakwood for another 6 months or so. But then after that, they were laying off some people, and because I was one of the newest employees, they were going to actually send me to another Oakwood hospital, but the hours weren't as good, and the schedule wasn't what I was used to. So I was talking to my friend about it one day. She happened to work for a medical records company called, at that time it was called Chart One. She worked out at U of M, and she told me that they were hiring, so she said, come up, bring me your resume, and I'll give it to my boss. So I did, and then the very next day I got a call. They wanted an interview, so I went in for the interview, and the next day I got the job. So it's pretty easy. I didn't have to wait or anything. That company is now called Healthport. I've been working for that same company for the last 7 years. I've worked pretty much at a lot of hospitals in this area. I started off at U of M. I also worked at St. Joe Hospital in Ann Arbor. I've been to a lot of the U of M satellite clinics, the Ipsy Clinic, Chelsea Clinic. I've also worked, and this is all under the same company, I've also worked Mount Clemens Hospital, and pretty much all of the DMC hospitals in Detroit. And that is actually where I'm at right now. I'm at Carmanos Cancer Center, and I've been there for the last 2 years. And so that's my work history, my educational history. Like I said before, I graduated high school in 2004 in New Boston, Michigan. I went to Huron High School. In 2004, I didn't start going to school right away. I actually didn't go to school until January of 2007, because I was planning a wedding. I got married in 2006. So 2007, I started going to school, and I started off at Henry Ford Community College in Dearborn. And from there, I went to Schoolcraft, but I was at Henry Ford for a while. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I changed my majors a lot, and that really hurt me. Was spending a lot of extra money that I didn't really need to spend, but I finally figured out what I wanted to do. I want to get my degree in health information technology, and Schoolcraft was one of those colleges that offered that program, so I started coming to Schoolcraft. Well, come to find out, that program, you can't really work full-time and do that program at the same time, and considering I have 2 kids and I have to work full-time, I'm going to have to put that degree on hold for now. But right now, after this semester, I will actually have my associate in liberal arts, just because of all the other classes that I've taken at Henry Ford. So I'll have my associates in that. And then in January I will be going to Madonna to get my coding certificate. So right now I'm just going to work with those two things. Hopefully I'll get a job in coding over the next few months. So after I do that and I get my foot in the door with coding, I plan to go back to school and just finish up those last few classes that I have to get my RHIT degree. And I hope to do that pretty soon, but it'll have to be when I'll be able to only work part-time. So that is pretty much all about me. I hope you enjoy the video.